Hello. A word said when you meet someone or when you greet someone on the telephone. Hello. Nice to see you again. Hello. May I speak with Sophie? Hello. How are you? Hello. How can I help you? Hello. My name is Audrey.
Highly. Very. To a great degree. He is a highly accomplished scientist. Her statement is highly accurate. They are highly active in their community. His behavior was highly amusing. These changes will be highly beneficial. The process is highly complex. The new location is highly convenient. Her solution is highly creative. This substance is highly flammable. He is highly dissatisfied with the results. They are highly responsible for the failure. He is highly skeptical about her intentions. We highly suggest that you make these changes. This solution is highly diluted. Her decision was highly influenced by his advice. He highly doubts that she is sincere. This school is highly rated. We were rewarded highly for our help. These items are highly taxed.
Immediately. Right away, without delay. The doctor was immediately available to see her. The pain medicine was immediately effective. It was immediately obvious that she was responsible for the accident. The dent on the car was immediately noticeable to his parents. He acted immediately when he saw the house on fire. He immediately apologized for his behavior. She immediately regretted her behavior. The school immediately contacted the parents after the accident. The house was immediately destroyed during the tornado. We had to immediately evacuate the building. The student was immediately expelled for bringing drugs to school. The reception immediately followed the wedding ceremony. She immediately noticed the damage to her car. The voters immediately rejected the new contract offer. The politician immediately resigned after the scandal came out. He was immediately terminated for stealing from the company. Impossible. Cannot happen or be done. Very difficult to deal with. His ideas sound impossible. The bad weather made it impossible to play baseball. I find it impossible to stay mad at him. He is impossible to work with. It is absolutely impossible to finish the project today. It is almost impossible to reach him during the day. Her handwriting is literally impossible to read. Both options are equally impossible. It's financially impossible for us to buy a house right now. It is physically impossible to achieve that goal. You are just impossible to live with. It's impossible for me to understand you. That is an impossible demand. Those are impossible odds.
Invest. To put money into something in order to make a profit. To put effort or time into something. The company invested heavily into sales and marketing. He personally invested $100,000 of his own money. They are looking to invest in Chinese companies. He is willing to invest in the same company. She decided to invest in the new company. We need to invest for our future. He wants to invest in the new startup company. They are investing lots of money into this business venture. They are investing lots of money into this business venture.
Lack. To be without something. To not have enough of something. He really lacks basic skills. His life seems to lack direction. He definitely lacks in communication skills.
Lack. The state of being without. She has a noticeable lack of confidence. There is an overall lack of jobs in the city. She is suffering from lack of sleep. We were appalled by her lack of manners. He was replaced for his lack of effort.
Lake. A large area of water surrounded by land. They live by a huge lake. The lake is clear. He was brave to walk on the frozen lake. They crossed the lake in a rowboat. Our vacation house overlooks the lake. A ferry takes people across the lake. We biked around the lake. We spent the weekend at Crystal Lake. He fell into the lake. They have a vacation home on the lake.
Lead. To show the way. To cause. The police led him back to prison. She led him out of the house. He led him directly to the hospital. Anger usually leads to bad choices. She finally led him to the prize. Overeating can easily lead to obesity. Let me lead the way. She is helping to lead a group discussion. She led them along a dark hallway. His comments led to his resignation.
Lead. An example to follow. A position at the front. The main role in a movie, film, or play. A clue to an unsolved crime. He has a big lead over the other marathon cyclists. She is ahead by just a narrow lead. The team's overall lead helped them win the final competition. I got the romantic lead in the movie. The police have some promising leads in the murder case. He should take the lead in solving this issue. She has a narrow lead over the other cyclists. His team took an early lead. The runner maintained the lead. They regained the lead during the last quarter. She is playing the lead in the new romantic movie. Did the police find any new leads? They were fighting to stay in the lead. The runner gave their team the lead over their opponent. Are there any new leads on the murder case? He is the lead character in the movie. She is the lead singer of the band.
Listen. To hear, to pay attention to. She listens attentively to the teacher. He was hardly listening to his wife. Everyone listened respectfully to his words. You need to listen to her. Nobody will listen to the teacher. We are prepared to listen to his argument. She refused to listen to my explanation. We listened anxiously for the news. I was listening to the radio.
Living. An income used to buy necessary things in life. He makes a good living as a plumber. His dream was to earn a living as a writer. What do you do for a living? The farm provides a decent living for their family.
Living. Alive. That is a living creature. What are the living arrangements there? It's been a living nightmare. Do you have any living relatives? Do you have a living will?
Member. Someone who officially belongs to a particular group. I became a member last year. The member resigned due to this scandal. Members can join the organization at any time. They are a long-time member nation. She is one of our faculty members. Audience members were asked to participate. He used to be a gang member. I am paying dues to be a union member. He is the only surviving member. I don't want to be a jury member. Committee members receive discounts on services. He is an honorary member of the club. I'm a member of the club.
Message. A note sent or given to someone when you're unable to speak with them. She left me a message last week. I got your message this morning. I sent the message to her. The message has been conveyed. I took the message for them. We decoded the message. The message came yesterday. The message says to call him back. I just sent him a text message. I have an important message for you. He sends a lot of mixed messages. What is the organization's main message? They have a simple message. I recorded an outgoing message. I got an error message. They tried to send a positive message. I have to listen to my voice messages. They send the wrong message. I got a message about it. There is a message for you. This is a message from her. We tried to send a message of hope. Phone. A device that sends communication by voice or sound to someone who is somewhere else, also known as a telephone. Please grab the phone for me. Her phone is ringing again. Please put down your phone. I forgot to charge my phone last night. They disconnected my phone. She is on the phone. She is waiting by the phone. Call my phone if there is a problem. May I use your phone? I changed my phone number. He made a quick phone call. She plugged in her phone charger. My phone bill is higher than the usual this month. The phone cord is not long enough. He looked up her number in the phone book. She called from a phone booth. I got a new cell phone. She called me from a pay phone. Is this the number for your home phone? We talked on the phone last night. I can be contacted by phone.
Plant. To put seeds or a plant in the ground to grow. To put something firmly into a place or position. He planted flowers along the front of the house. The farmer planted a field of corn. She planted vegetables in spring. I planted a kiss on his cheek. The enemy planted explosives along the border. We carefully planted the delicate bulbs in the soil. She firmly planted her feet on the ground. We planted trees in the backyard. She planted a tree on the edge of her property. The garden was planted with many different kinds of flowers.
Plant. A living thing with a stem and leaves that grow in the ground. A factory or building where something is made. She grows plants. Don't forget to water the plants. My jasmine plant finally flowered. My lavender plant died. The factory plant produces shoes. She runs a chemical plant. They built an industrial plant in the neighborhood. We are observing plant life. There are many different plant species. We are analyzing the plant matter. We need more plant food. Our garden has many tropical plants. I bought her a house plant. Watch out for poisonous plants. We live close to a nuclear plant. The auto plant produces too much pollution.
Plastic. A man-made material that is light and strong and can be formed into various shapes. The cheese is wrapped in plastic. Some cities recycle plastic. Our company makes plastic. It is made of thin plastic. We wrapped the blankets in see-through plastic.
Plastic. Made of a man-made material that is light and strong and can be formed into various shapes. Not real. Would you like a plastic bag? I always use plastic gloves. There is a plastic coating on the furniture. I opened the plastic wrapper. She wants to get plastic surgery. He is the plastic surgeon.
Reduce. To make smaller or less. I want to reduce my cholesterol. We need to reduce the amount of waste produced here. We have to reduce our spending. We need to reduce clutter in our house. How can we reduce crime? The judge reduced my sentence. The medication should reduce the symptoms. Due to the slow economy, revenue has been reduced. The size has been reduced. Wearing a seatbelt reduces your risk of injury. She has significantly reduced her cholesterol. I need to further reduce my blood pressure. The medicine is gradually reducing the pain. I want to quickly reduce my pregnancy weight before our trip to Hawaii. The amount was reduced from 10 to 7. Her body has reduced in size. The liquid was reduced by half. Relatively, in comparison to others, recovery from surgery was relatively painless. I am relatively comfortable here. This math problem is relatively simple. He is relatively inexperienced at teaching. He is a relatively unknown author. The car is relatively cheap. We live relatively close to the school.
Scene. The place of an event. A view. A part of a movie or play. There were footprints found near the crime scene. The garden was a beautiful scene. The car accident was a horrible scene. He is in the opening scene of the movie. There is a romantic scene in the movie. The fireman was on the scene within minutes. An ambulance soon arrived at the scene of the crash. A robber was seen fleeing the scene. They witnessed the horrible scene of the car crash. Can you imagine the scene? I remember that scene like it was yesterday. They practiced the action scene several times. The man died at the scene. Photographers were on the scene in seconds. We visited the scene of the crime. She only appeared in the last scene.
Serious. Important. Dangerous. Not joking. His injury looks serious. Her infection got more serious. Can you be serious for once? The results were extremely serious. The infection is potentially serious. The situation has become very serious for everyone. Are you serious about quitting your job? He had a serious injury. This is a serious crime. She made a serious mistake. He is in serious trouble.
Slowly. Not fast. Not quickly. He is adjusting slowly to the new school. The boat slowly approached the shore. We slowly entered the tunnel. She slowly walked away. He slowly pushed the door.
Speak. To talk. To use one's voice to say something. To know a language. We spoke briefly after the meeting. He hardly speaks to me anymore. You need to speak more loudly. She spoke eloquently at the convention. She speaks lovingly to her daughter. He speaks Spanish fluently. I wanted to speak to her. No one dares to speak to him when he is angry. We were not allowed to speak during the class. I heard him speak at the seminar. We invited Dr. Smith to speak at our conference. She is able to speak 3 languages. I cannot speak French well. He learned to speak several foreign languages. Speak to me about your problem. He spoke on gun control. The manager will speak with all the employees. She spoke very well of him. I will be speaking to a group of teenagers. He wants us to speak in English.
Spot. Small mark, a particular place or area. She refers to her mole as a beauty spot. We found dark spots on the wall. My mother is starting to get liver spots on her hands. We found a good spot to have a picnic. She wanted me to wait for her at this exact spot. This is a beautiful spot to relax and enjoy the sun. The park is a popular spot for kids. Everyone has a weak spot. We finally found a parking spot. She marked the spot on the map. They picked a perfect spot for the church picnic. You're sitting in my spot.
Spot. To see or notice someone or something. She immediately spotted her daughter in the crowd. He finally spotted a deer in the woods. I can spot danger. She spotted the difference immediately. The hunter spotted movement in the woods.
Summer. The season between spring and fall or autumn, the warmest period of the year. We went to Hawaii last summer. We are going to the Bahamas next summer. Some children go back to school in late summer. We start planning our camping trip in early summer. It's been a hot summer. I'm looking forward to a long summer. We can't handle the summer heat. I enjoy looking out at the summer sky. My parents are making me go to summer school. I can't wait until summer vacation. I need to find a summer job. We look forward to watching the Summer Olympics. Taste. Flavor, a small amount, a liking, an opinion. The dish had a very distinct taste. The soup left a bad taste in his mouth. My first job gave me a real taste of business. She has great taste in clothes. He has interesting taste in music. Art is an acquired taste. The soup had a salty taste. He enjoys the taste of fine wine at dinner. He got a taste of his own medicine. Try a taste of this sauce. He has developed a taste for adventure lately. She and her husband share the same taste in movies. His taste buds are not working. This was her first taste of success. The dance is too modern for my taste. Season the soup to taste.
Taste. To use the mouth to sense the flavor of food or drinks. The soup tasted bland. The dish tasted foul. The meal tasted like her mother's cooking. The cookies tasted of coconut. Theme. The main idea of a story, music, or art. The main theme of this story was sad. The overall theme is about education. What is the common theme of her books? The teacher introduced the theme of the story. He noticed the same theme in all of his musicals. What is the theme song of this movie? We're going to a theme party. Music is the theme of the day.
Towards. In the direction of someone or something, concerning someone or something. The car was moving towards us. The train was coming towards the station. A flock of birds was heading towards the power lines. The waiter was so rude towards us. My children are polite towards adults.
Track. A mark left behind by a person, animal, or car. A special path for running. The police noticed fresh tracks outside the window. The lost hiker left deep tracks in the snow. We run on an outdoor track. The track is oval. The robber tried to cover his tracks. The dog left tracks all over the house. We followed the tracks left by the hiker. He ran around the track several times. There were track marks all over the crime scene. He runs around the track during practice.
Track. To follow someone or something. The hunter carefully tracked the deer for many yards. The police successfully tracked the criminal to another state. The radar accurately tracks enemy ships. The doctor regularly tracks his patient's progress. They are tracking his development. You can track your shipment.
Valuable. Worth a lot of money. Expensive. Very important. Her jewelry is very valuable. He's a highly valuable member of our team. She is becoming increasingly valuable to the company. He gave us some valuable information. He sold all of his valuable belongings. They own many valuable properties. Her jewelry is very valuable. She is becoming valuable to the team. We all learned a valuable lesson today. Thank you for your valuable advice. He is a valuable asset to the company. She owns many valuable collections.
Whatever. Anything that. No matter what. She said to bring whatever we want to the party. Just wear whatever. He always does whatever he wants. Just do whatever he says. Whatever you do, don't open that door. Let's keep in touch whatever happens.
Wing. The part of a bird or insect used for flying. The part of an airplane that sticks out from the side that makes it possible to fly. The part of a building that sticks out from the main building. The bird's left wing was damaged. The bird has a broken wing and cannot fly. The north wing of the hospital was destroyed by the fire. The movie star demanded a private wing at the hospital. They are remodeling the hospital wing. The eagle spread his wings. The mother bird tucked in her wings to protect her babies. The bird was flapping his wings wildly. The crew is fixing the damaged airplane wing. The hospital is building a new maternity wing. The bird has unusual markings on its wings. The baby birds hid under their mother's wings. The renovated rooms are located in the east wing of the hotel.
Worry. To think about bad things that have happened or may happen and to feel unhappy or afraid about them. I constantly worry about my children. My sister worries excessively about her finances. He is terribly worried about being alone. He began to worry about his health. He worries about his mother. Stop worrying your parents with all of your problems.
Worry. A feeling of thinking bad things may happen. My biggest worry is that my children will not go to college. Unemployment is a real worry for many people. Stop giving your mother unnecessary worries. His mother's health has been a constant worry. He suffers from financial worries. She has too many worries in her life. Please voice your worries if you feel uncomfortable with anything. I'm sorry to add to your worries. Go out and forget your worries. Let me try to ease your worries. The doctors tried to dismiss my worries, but I knew something was wrong. She has worries over every little thing. Her children are a constant worry to her.
Appear. To be seen. To seem. The magician suddenly appeared on stage. Superman first appeared in 1933. He usually appears sleepy. He finally appeared at the party. I'd like to appear on television. Scary clowns appear in my dreams. The ad appeared in the new magazine. An airplane appeared in the sky. A smile appeared on his face.
Appearance. The way someone or something looks. The arrival of something. You have an attractive appearance. Her clothing gives her a unique appearance. The external appearance of the car is old and dirty. We should pay attention to our personal appearance. We were shocked by their surprise appearance. His brief appearance was memorable. He makes rare appearances. This was her first public appearance in years. I'd like to alter my appearance. I tried to give the appearance of confidence. He made a brief appearance at the meeting. Association. Organized group of people who have joined together for a specific purpose. A connection or relationship between people or things. They formed an international association. We're helping out our neighborhood association. The business partners have had a close association. There is a direct association between the two parties. They formed a student association on campus. They have maintained a professional association for many years. Studies have shown a direct association between stress and health. The community association meets once a month. There is clear association between diet and exercise. His political associations with the mayor benefits his business. He is guilty by association.
Button. Small object used to fasten or decorate clothing. A part of a machine that you press to start or stop. You missed your bottom button. This shirt has pearl buttons. Push the on button. The elevator buttons don't work. This alarm has a snooze button. Push the fast forward button on the remote control. You need to do your buttons. She was fumbling with her buttons. My jacket lost a button. Will you sew a button for me? A button is missing on your coat. You have to click the mouse button to open the program. She hit the rocket's launch button. He often wears buttons on his hat.
Button. To fasten clothing with a small object made of plastic or metal. You forgot to button your shirt. Click. A short, sharp sound. The push of a mouse button. My computer mouse makes a loud click. I prefer keyboards that make soft clicks. You need to double-click the mouse. You can open the program with one mouse click. There were thousands of camera clicks when the movie star entered the room. The suitcase should close with a click. The constant click of the computer mouse woke her up.
Click. To make a short, sharp sound. To push a mouse button. Her heels clicked loudly in the hallway. The photographer's camera was clicking throughout the wedding. The clerk was clicking away on her computer. Click this icon.
Concept. An idea, an understanding of something. She does not understand the basic concept of math. Our class is analyzing the central concept of the book. It is a difficult concept to understand. What a bizarre concept. Sharing is a useful concept to teach little children. The electric car is a new concept. She doesn't have a concept of saving money. Do you understand the basic concept? Scientists are inventing new concepts all the time. How can we apply this concept to our daily lives? He will explain this concept with pictures. Let's discuss this new concept at the office meeting. He is always late because he has no concept of time.
Correct. To fix something. To make something right or accurate. Please correct the spelling. We need to correct the misunderstanding. The teacher is correcting the homework. Please correct your work and return it tomorrow. She is always correcting my grammar. He never corrects his mistakes. I'm simply correcting your mistakes again. Stop correcting me. He keeps correcting my grammar in public. I need to correct my errors. She likes correcting me when I'm wrong.
Correct. Right or accurate. Your answer is correct. What you said is technically correct. You are absolutely correct. Your statement is grammatically correct. Do you have the correct address?
Customer. Someone who pays money for products or services. She is a big customer. We respect our long-standing customers. The restroom is only for paying customers. The clerk tried to help the unhappy customer. We want happy customers. We have many domestic customers. They have great customers. The customer service department deals with many customers. We hope the sign will attract new customers. We can't afford to lose a customer. The goal is to keep customers. The company has great customer care. The customer agreement explains the return policy. What are the customer demands? We want customer satisfaction. Her job is to handle customer complaints. Customer feedback is very important. Please contact our customer hotline with questions. I completed a customer survey. We lost our customer information. We need to increase our customer base. Death. The end of life. He suffered an early death. The accident caused sudden death. Cancer can be a slow death. War causes unnecessary death. She suffered a gruesome death. The family wants to investigate his mysterious death. Smoking will cause death. The old woman was ready to face death. The man is near death. Nurses experience death every day. He suffered a painful death. They are grieving the death of their grandmother. Police are investigating the suspicious deaths. More deaths occur during the holidays. That country has a high death rate. The murderer will face the death penalty. He is on death row. I received her death certificate. He is on his deathbed. The military has a death squad. He received death threats over his political views. The animal was near death. He revised his will before his death. The building was sold after his death. Many children suffered death from abuse.
Desire. A strong wish or want. She has a great desire to have a baby. She had a sudden desire to call her ex-husband. It is my hidden desire. Everyone has natural desires. She has a sincere desire to help people. I feel a strange desire to sing in public. They share a common desire for world peace. Her abusive upbringing created a desire for a real family. The books fuel my desire for learning. Please communicate your desires. Try to control your desire. She has an intense desire for a baby.
Desire. To want something. Privacy is something teenagers greatly desire.
Discussion. A conversation. They had a detailed discussion about what happened. Nothing was accomplished during the initial discussion. They had public discussion about road maintenance. Our teacher holds a class discussion. The businesswoman would like a one-on-one discussion. Let's have a frank discussion. They try to promote constructive discussion. He enjoys deep discussions. Teachers should encourage critical discussion. He had a heated discussion with the mayor. A simple remark can prompt a discussion. Who would like to begin the discussion? She always dominates our discussions. May we continue the discussion? We created a discussion group. The governor was aware of the subject for discussion. The men have been in discussion with them. There was a discussion among the workers. In our discussions, you voiced your disappointment with the company. They are having a discussion about world hunger. Explain. To make something more clear or understandable. The teacher fully explained his expectations to the class. He partially explained his reasons for being late. This problem cannot be easily explained. She carefully explained the problem. The salesperson patiently explained how the product works. He was able to explain why he was late. The teacher attempted to explain the concept to students. It might help to explain it more simply. She let him explain before punishing him. He tried to explain the concept to me. They explained about their actions.
Explore. To travel or look around an area to learn about it. To think or learn about something in detail. He has extensively explored the subject. We should explore this idea carefully. She wants to further explore the issue he brought up. The kids want to explore the cave. We need to explore his claim thoroughly. The students began to explore the underlying issues. They are exploring for alternatives. This article explores the issues behind the financial crisis. This exhibit explores the history of money. We are exploring alternatives to the current process. She likes exploring new concepts. They explored the neighborhood on foot. He is off exploring the world. They are exploring the consequences of the new policy. He's exploring the relationship between stress and test scores. She will explore the potential for growth. They explored the root of the problem.
Express. To show how you feel or think by communicating through actions or words. She expresses herself well. He strongly expressed his opinion. My teacher repeatedly expressed her disappointment in our test scores. He doesn't publicly express his emotions. She privately expressed her anger about the situation. She simply expressed her emotions to her boyfriend and scared him away. He is able to express himself well. She feels able to express herself freely. He expressed a lot of admiration for his teacher. She expressed distress over her failure. They expressed shock over the news. He expressed a lot of resentment towards his former friend. She expressed remorse for her actions. He expresses a lot of enthusiasm for learning. She expressed her wish to travel. He always expresses his viewpoint well. They expressed suspicion about his claim. We expressed approval of his actions. They expressed hope about the future.
Express. Very fast. We took the express lane. She paid for express mail so he would get it more quickly.
Fairly. To a certain degree, but not very. In a reasonable way. His response was fairly acceptable. This movie has been fairly enjoyable. That woman looks fairly familiar. The new employees have been fairly dependable. The storm was fairly severe. I found his report fairly accurate. She is fairly effective as a manager. The event should be fairly informal. The experience was fairly traumatic. This store is fairly convenient. They are going about the process in a fairly inefficient manner. Her attitude is fairly pleasant. The results were fairly disappointing. He seemed fairly aggressive when I met him for the first time. They are fairly apprehensive of my idea. He maintains a fairly objective point of view. This project should be fairly challenging. That house is fairly frightening. He is fairly cautious in his decision-making. She seems fairly sincere. My foot is fairly painful. This virus is fairly common. The truth is fairly obvious. She felt fairly nervous before the test. His plan has been fairly popular. She has been fairly preoccupied this week. My new students are fairly ambitious. He moved into a fairly powerful position. We need to judge the entries fairly. She distributed the tasks fairly. The items should be priced fairly. All she wanted was to be treated fairly. They need to deal with the situation fairly. Fixed. Set in one place, attached, not able to be changed. The mirror is firmly fixed to the wall. I put a lot of glue so it will stay fixed. The handle was fixed firmly in place. The picture is fixed permanently to the wall. They are on a fixed income. The rental car has a fixed rate. The satellite orbits the Earth at a fixed distance. The contract is for a fixed term. The train comes at fixed intervals. He received a fixed commission on sales.
Foot. The part of the body at the end of the leg that you use to stand with. A unit of measurement equal to 12 inches. He injured his left foot. She has tiny feet. She always walks around in bare feet in the summer. He had swollen feet after the hike. His feet are so smelly. She has a broken foot. Many birds have webbed feet to help them swim. He quickly got to his feet. I am on my feet all day. She put her feet in the water. He raised his foot off the ground. She stomped her feet in anger. He tapped his feet nervously. Just swing your foot over the top and climb up. Wipe your feet before you come inside. She dragged her feet as she reluctantly followed. My foot caught on the cord, and I tripped. Her foot slipped, and she fell down the stairs. I dangled my feet over the edge of the pool. His feet hit the bottom of the lake when he jumped in. I need a foot massage after that hike. She has a painful foot injury. Foot traffic is heavy in this area. The police officer is on foot patrol. The dry leaves crunched beneath her feet. She explored the area on foot. She pushed the door open with her foot.
Foot. To pay for something. He offered to foot the bill for dinner.